How's it going, Atari fans out there? Welcome back to another video. And today we're actually gonna be on Science Talks again. We're joined by a special guest today, Yeedy McCready.
Hey guys, it's me. Like you said, we're going to be doing some science talks, and today's topic is time. More
Yeah,
specifically, how it works.
yeah. So I think we should start off with what how time how we actually came up with like how relative time works and all that. So
Well, it was really just people back in the day when they looked at the sun and saw how it went from one edge to the other, and then the moon came out.
yeah,
So, so
I
like an example, back then they thought the sun revolved around the Earth. That's another topic, but they just saw time from how the day changed. So that's really just how time started.
yeah.
But another thing that concerns me is who like decided what date it was and what like did some dude just say, I'd like today to be January 1st,
Yeah,
when
today
in
is just
reality
October.
January 1st could have been created on
Yeah, for
who
for all,
knows
for all we know, January could have been winter, and
exact or it
December
is actually.
December
You
could
know,
have been summer. Like
true.
I personally think that time does not exist because we're the ones. Humans actually were the ones that created time. We're the ones that created the concept of time, and
I mean, time
that
goes by, but we're the ones that
yeah
actually make up the concept of time.
yeah that's why seconds exist. There is no such thing as seconds.
We just
The reason we age is because it's just the body that it's natural.
deteriorating over, like
It's
just deteriorating.
yeah, it's natural evolution. We're the ones who slapped on time and just just like, oh, you aged because of time. Like
Yeah, we're really just the ones who created time. There was nothing really definitive that said, "Oh, yes, time happened." Besides, of course, like the sun, when the Earth revolves around the sun, and stuff like that. But even then, we came up with days. For all we know, days could be called something very different.
yeah, exactly.
Days could actually end up being hours, and hours could be seconds, stuff like that. The only reason we have time is because we don't even really perceive time. We just kind of see.
Yeah,
It
that
Time is a little crazy in many ways, especially like when you think of how you sleep. Like in when you're awake, 12 hours feels like 12 hours. It feels like ages.
yeah, it does.
But when you're
It's pro
sleeping, 12 hours just feels like 2 minutes.
yeah, it's because the reason the reason why it feels so long during the day, it's because the concept of time has become such a part of our lives now that like it's just stuck in our head. It's just stuck in our head. Like we we get bored because of what we perceive as time. Like we say
We
like
get
time
bored
flies.
because
We say like time flies by when you're having fun. It's just that's our fault. We're the ones that wrapped that notion around our heads. We wouldn't if time. Imagine
no, but
what would
that's really only because we're distracted when we're doing such things as like having
yeah.
fun.
It's like
It's really
yeah,
just our
exactly. That
consciousness and
proves
how we see things.
that proves my point. That if there was no time, then time would just fly by. Because while you're distracted, you're not thinking of time. You're
Exactly, but when you're bored, you're just thinking, when is this gonna end? Or it's really our awareness of how, like, of thinking about time. If we didn't know about time, it would just go like real fast. The day would feel like a couple hours. And everything would be different if we didn't come up with time.
yeah, exactly.
But the fact that we have awareness of things happening with time is what makes time reality.
It's like why school is so boring to some people because
Because they just
because
want to
it's
get out of there, and
yeah,
they're
you
aware
just
of. and they're aware of the time at that point. They're not distracted by anything. They don't want to be distracted of school either. So, in reality, school could very well go by and it could very well feel very fast. But it's the fact that we don't want to be distracted by this stuff is that why it feels like forever.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's probably a timestamp on this video, and you're probably checking the timestamp one once in like two blue moons, but you're still gonna check it, and that's basically a notion like reminding you that time still exists. That's part, like, why clocks? Why do we have them? Why?
Well, exactly. Clocks could also be very different as well. We don't have to have clocks. If we didn't have clocks, time would be so much harder to be aware of. That, which means that in reality, time could go by fast, a lot faster for us if we didn't have clocks.
Yeah, and it's actually worse because people can actually die of boredom, right? That I think that's
I'm
actually
pretty sure that has happened. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's actually happened.
Yeah, I think, and that's mostly because of the concept that's because of time. That's because of the concept of time. We're the ones.
Because sometimes boredom actually just messes with your brain and like.
Yeah, it can actually.
Look at quarantine, right? People are actually getting depressed due to the fact that they have to sit in home all day and they can't see anyone.
Yeah, it can screw with people.
It really can.
Think about it. Our creation is what is killing some people out there. Like I'm not trying to like call out the people with like problems, quote unquote problems. They don't have problems. They don't have problems. It's just that society deems them as like problem kids. But for those people, they have, and most of them are freaking geniuses. And since some of them are geniuses, they have more a grasp of the concept of time, which is why they like ADHD. ADHD,
no,
you can't.
I understand what you're trying to say. It's like, since they're geniuses, they understand things so much more.
Yeah,
that
and
also messes with them a little because understanding things a little too much can mess with a person.
Exactly. Like it's like a person, exactly like I said, a person with ADHD. They can't focus on one thing. They're out of the norm. They can understand things more than we can, but since they have that ADHD and that quote unquote problem, it's harming them almost.
It is, but that's just because people see them as different because they are just smarter in a way.
Yeah. Wait. Let's think about who was the person that was just sitting in their home one day and just decided, oh well, it's nighttime. Who was that one guy? I'm blaming.
For all we know, daytime could be nighttime. One guy just said, let's say the word night means dark. Sure.
Yeah. Like I'm blaming it on Jimmy. Jimmy was the one. Like just
Jimmy.
Yes, just that one person out there that's like, we have numbers and we do turn old. What if it's time? Like, who was sitting in their home one day so freaking bored that they had to like invent something, and they're probably proud of it. They're dead by now, but
they are for sure.
Oh yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Their remains are probably eaten up by the ground. But who would actually think of that?
The thing is, the things we create are what causes problems. Like, imagine, because the reason, we say, the geniuses and stuff and how they're more aware of stuff, this also makes them feel more depressed, because imagine, right?
It puts so much pressure on them.
They know how we're only a small solar system in millions other. And
Yeah,
then they feel like they're useless compared to everything that's in this world. They are aware of everything more.
they feel
And,
like
and,
crap
it's,
because
and
we put titles on them. We just
when we put a label that said that they're different from everyone else, they're starting to become aware of more stuff as well. And they feel more, in a word, pointless.
yeah.
But it's crazy because this wouldn't have to happen. We wouldn't have to put a label on them. They could just live on their lives. If someone's different from another, that everyone's different from each other. But we don't have to put labels on the people who are especially different. Quote
Exact.
unquote, especially different.
And the part of the fact they're different is probably our fault from the stuff that we've made up. Going back,
Exactly.
exact time. Going back to the top, we we made that, and some of that human creations messed with a person we don't know how many years ago, even years. I'm talking with time in like in like my head, like years, like
Another
years
thing
is a
that I
constant
find interesting is the thought of time travel.
time travel. Yeah, it's like um if going back to the past and the future, there's no such thing as a past and the future. There's no such thing. It's like they say, there's nothing like the present. The
There's just
past,
memories,
yeah,
really.
the
That's it.
past and the future don't exist. It's almost like a camera.
Yeah.
You're taking photos of everything that's going on in your life, but we deem it necessary to put a timestamp on that and deem it the past or the future.
Yeah, in reality, we're just going forward. That's
Yeah,
really just it. There's no something that there was something that was behind, but that's just what people call the past, and there's the future. We're only going forward. We
yeah.
just see forward.
There's no such thing. There's no way to actually like predict the future. And there's also
No,
those
but
people. There's also
the thought of how would time travel be possible?
yeah, like there's also people who like actually predicted what's gonna happen next. I personally think the way they did that is by like per like I said, quote unquote predictions. Predictions is all that does it, because they're grabbing stuff out of the brain. It's not even them. It's like their brains are like grabbing stuff out of their memory and like putting those times in their memory and like twisting them around to kind of like the brain makes predictions itself. It it takes those memories and predicts what's gonna happen next based off an order of events. It's
Yeah,
it can happen to
it's
anyone basically.
uh, memories are a strange thing as well because as a child we did tell me one thing you remember from when you were 1 years old, like something really significant.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you don't remember, do you?
Not a clue. It's pro-
Exactly.
I it's
No,
like
it's like,
it's like I said,
we know.
going back to time, the concept of a brain being underdeveloped, we label that as time. Time. Years, time, days, times. Like you could say like date of birth, that counts as time too.
Yeah.
Why and also why did they deem some stuff as like winter and like summer, like
This is
spring,
really
fall?
this one was just talking about how people name and put labels on things.
Yeah. It's
And
just
another thing about time, it's like, right. We say the lowest perceivable amount of time is a 12 attoseconds, right?
yeah.
But the thing is, if it's the lowest perceivable amount of time, like how would you know that's the lowest perceivable amount of time.
Yeah, you don't.
Would you have to make something that goes 12 attoseconds?
You the humans. They were the ones that deem it that's the lowest. We don't really know that. For all we know, going back to you remember the last episode, flat earthers, they basically think that everything is a lie, right? And
yeah.
For all we know, it's weird because humans created stuff and put a label on them. We call this that, we call years a part of time. And this is kind of a thought that's being around my head ever since I discovered dinosaurs. They actually exist. That we call them quote unquote dinosaurs. That's what we label them as. Well,
Yep.
it's actually pretty funny. What if the T-Rex was actually just named Bob, and Triceratops just comes up to the T-Rex and it's like, "Hey Jimmy, how's your day? Do you want coffee or something?" It's we label them as stuff because
Do you ever think that animals gave each other's names?
yeah, do they give in that's a topic for another day. That has to be.
Do you ever think if an animal that's different, but also another thing is how time affects just different things. If you think about it, right, everything you have in your room right now, with time passing by, is probably gonna be either gone, destroyed,
Yeah, it's
or just really messed up.
and that's where a gray area is created, because we made up time, but time made up us, and that's where your brain implodes immediately, because we say
we wouldn't exist if it wasn't for time. Right now, we would probably still be. What is it? What's
if
if it wasn't for time, we wouldn't have evolved this
yeah,
far.
there's no there. We say we made we're saying right now that we made up time, but at the same time, you get it, haha. But at the same time, all these stuff that we made, like you said, for computers and electronics and stuff, they get worn out as well, like us.
Exactly.
And they quote unquote age, and that's a concept of time. Oh my god, I'm serious.
In the future, right? Imagine that your computer right now could be ancient technology in 50 years.
Yeah.
And then at that point, we'd be having robots that can think for themselves.
Oh. Oh my god, that should actually be a topic for. That should actually be the next
these things,
topic.
right? These are all
robots that can think for themselves.
This all happens because of time. We make new things when time goes by. The more time we have to do things, the more we can make.
Again, we made time, but time made us. And that's where, as soon as I said that, no joke, I started thinking of the universe and space, and I just blacked out. I couldn't after that.
But these are just crazy things to think about that really are just gonna rot away your brain if you think about it for too long.
Yeah. Also, this video is nearing almost 20 minutes, so I think before both of our brains implode and our audience dies of how much information we're giving them right now, I think we should end it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and if you haven't already, turn on notifications to become part of the Dun Squad today. And also, make sure to go check out Yeety McCready's channel. It will be in the description down below, the link. And I'll see you guys in the next time. Time. Oh my god, I seriously just said time. Bro, I can't. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.